What up? Welcome, everybody. I hope y'all are still awake. I told the team that we're changing the music. We're going to get some more lively music going for the next live on Monday. But welcome, huh? What do you mean change the mic? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, we should be good. All right, welcome. Today we are talking about my last 30 days of real estate investing. Today we're going to talk about seller finance. What has been working? That's what's been working. You got to know how to negotiate these deals. You got to know how to negotiate these deals because these deals are going to, knowing how to structure these deals, is what's going to allow you to get more deals done. There's a lot of deals that do not work for cash offers. There's a lot of deals that don't work for listing on the market. And you got to know how to go into these conversations and be able to navigate them and structure them and ask the right questions and figure out what motivation is and figure out how to structure a deal. That way it works for you and the seller. One of these ways is seller finance. I structured a deal the other day where we negotiated a $200 monthly mortgage payment for a property here in Austin for a condo. $200 monthly mortgage payment because it didn't work any other way. That was the only way to make the deal make sense. And we structured it, and the listing agent said, "Yeah, send it over. I think that'll get it done." So you got to know how to structure these seller finance deals. It's going to make you a lot of money. It's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to increase your efforts. It's going to maximize efficiency. Being able to have these conversations and structure any deal that comes up along the way. Let me pull up the chat here. All right, my man Aaron, over 3/4 of the way done with my Washington pre-license course. I've been following the page for a while. You guys are what motivated me to pursue a career in real estate. Congratulations, Aaron. Everybody give Aaron some support. Let's go. All right, we got TikTok. We got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. What up, everybody? So what, TikTok's the seller finance experts? What do you guys know about seller finance? How many seller finance deals you got? Instagram? You guys on Instagram, y'all are mostly traditional realtors. Y'all need to figure out a way to start taking some deals down yourself. You got to figure out how to be creative. You got to figure out how to buy these deals, get these deals seller finance, get these deals sub 2, wholesale these deals, partner with people. What up? How many people we got here on Instagram? All right. TikTok? All right, cool. All right, so the title of this live today is My Last 30 Days of Real Estate Investing. What works, what worked, what didn't work. Well, here's what worked. All right, we already got the questions flowing in. Thank you. Today, I need some questions. I need some questions from everybody. Where are you at, TikTok? Where are you at, Instagram? Aaron, you're obviously in Washington. Aaron asked, do you need a higher down payment when you try to go the seller finance route? Not necessarily. Matter of fact, could be a much lower down payment. And here's the cool thing about seller finance is it's the Wild West. There's no rules. There are no standards. There are no, it has to look this way. Here's the minimum. Here's the interest rate. Here's the down payment. Here's the length of the loan. Here's the monthly payment. Here is the amortization. It is 100% negotiable. Matt and I were talking about it on our latest webinar. How if a property is worth $300,000, we might pay $2 million for it, so long as we can structure the right seller finance deal. And I'm going to go into this here in a little bit, but I'm going to tell you how you break it down. What are the benefits of seller finance? Getting deals done and getting them done on your terms, not a bank's terms. Tell me this. When you guys go to a bank, how many of those terms do you get to dictate? Or does the bank dictate them for you and tell you what the terms are? What are my answers? Kat, what's the answer?
The bank.
The bank. The bank dictates your terms. Here with seller finance deals, you dictate your terms. It, like I just said, everything is negotiable. You can structure it any way you want to, and you can structure it in a great way that benefits the seller and benefits you. So where would seller finance be applicable? How do you find these deals? Well, every single seller / listing agent you speak to, you should always ask them, would you consider seller financing? Or if it's a listing agent, would the seller consider seller financing it? Every time you should always ask. And if the answer is maybe, then you start diving into what you need to make a seller finance deal work. There's a few key parts of seller finance deals. One is price. 2 is payment. 3 is payment, price, length of loan. 4 is interest rate and amortization. All right, so here are the key pieces to a seller finance deal. You got the price, you got the payment, you got the length of the loan, and you've got the interest rate / amortization. So here's what we do. When we're contacting sellers and they say something like, let's say the property is worth $300,000 and they're trying to sell it for $330,000. Well, of course, we're not going to do that. But the first thing I always ask them is, hey, why don't you want to list it on the market? Like, I know you want to get $330,000. It might be worth that. Right now, it looks like it's probably worth around $300,000 in its current condition. But maybe the market would pay you more. And the place that you would be able to figure that out is by listing it on the market. Why haven't you considered listing it? We can list it for you. We can come in, we can list the property for you. We can list it at $330,000. And if the market pays it, great. Then you get your price and buyer gets the house. Everybody's happy. Well, then you hear all the reasons why they don't want to list it on the market. I don't want to fix the house up. I don't want to pay realtor commissions. I don't want to pay all the closing costs. I don't want to show the house. I don't want to cage my dogs up. I don't want to have to leave during showings. I don't want a bunch of people coming in and out. I don't want Janice across the street knowing I'm selling. There's so many reasons why people don't want to list their house on the market. And a lot of people would rather not list their house on the market. Okay, I understand. So you don't want to list your house. Well, you understand that by not listing your house, you're going to have to take a cut somewhere. I mean, that's where you're going to get the highest price for your property. So if you want to get $330,000, even though it's worth $300,000, for someone like us or one of our partners to come in and buy this thing cash, we're gonna have to be way below that 300 number. So if you want us to close quick, you want us to pay cash, you're gonna have to sell the property for a good discount. We're all investors. We need to make money. Well, I don't want to do that. I'm not selling my house for less than 300. Okay, is that the lowest you'd go? Is 300? I mean, what do you need to walk away with? Well, I need $20,000 so that I can go and buy this new house in San Antonio. Okay, so you're moving to San Antonio. Why are you moving to San Antonio? Well, I got my nieces and nephews are there, and I'm going to go there and help out my brother. I got a new job over there. All right, so we're just asking. I could go down this road and make up this made-up scenario, but we ask all these questions. We want to know why they want to sell, what's really important, where they're looking to go, what happens when they sell, why don't they want to list it? Okay, do you really need cash? If you need cash, you want to close quick, we got to get it for this price. Okay, well, you don't really need that. Do you have a loan on the property? How much do you owe? Oh, you only owe that much. Okay, you said you need to walk away with 20 grand, so you only need to sell it for this much if it was cash, so that you can get your 20 grand to go buy your property in San Antonio. You're just asking all these questions, really figuring out what situation they're in, what is their problem, and how can we help them solve this problem? Because we can do it so many different ways. We can list it for them. We can buy it cash. We can get it under contract and see if one of our partners want to buy it. We can seller finance it. We can take over their mortgage. We can partner with them on it. We can help them solve this problem in so many different ways. We just need to figure out which way works best for them. So after we come down to figuring out their motivation and why they want to sell, now we need to figure out how to come to an agreement here. So a lot of times when people are stuck on price, this is what I tell them. I'll be like, look, we can't pay that cash for sure. You're not going to get that cash anywhere. It doesn't matter if you call every single cash buyer in this area, not one of them is going to pay you over market value for your property cash, guaranteed. So we can't pay that price cash. If we're going to buy this property cash, we got to be at this price, and it's going to be at a pretty good discount. However, we might be able to pay that price if we can come to terms on some seller finance deals on a structure here. So, all right, so you want 330. Well, let's run through the numbers. Tell me, Kat, I need you to give me numbers. All right, so you're stuck on this 330 number. Okay, cool, I got it. You want 330. Price is 330. 330,000. All right, I might be able to pay you 330, but it's not going to be cash. We need to figure out seller finance. And this is where I start saying, let's run through the numbers together and let's just kind of see, if you did seller finance this to me, kind of where I need my payment to be at. That way I can cash flow on the property. All right, Kat, so what do you think this property will rent for? I'm talking to the seller now, and what I'm doing is I'm getting them involved in analyzing this deal with me. Kat, what do you think this property will rent for? All right, well, she said an unrealistic number. Can you give us a realistic number? This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in Austin, Texas. What will it rent for? All right, $2,100. Good answer. All right, so $2,100. Would you think that's fair? Would you agree? Get them to agree with what you're asking.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. 2,100 times 12. That puts my annual rents at $25,000 a year. All right, Kat. So I'm going to make $25,000 a year in rents, assuming that it's rented out the whole time. Now, Kat, I'm going to have a manager come in and manage this for me. So I'm not going to keep all that. I'm going to have to pay my manager $1,800. Management, I'm going to have to pay them $1,800. All right. What are the property taxes on your property, Kat? $4,500. All right. So taxes, I'm going to have to pay $4,500 in property taxes. I think you're going to require I get insurance on this property if you sell it, finance it to me. I think my insurance is going to be somewhere around $2,300 a year. You think that's fair? Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Always get them to agree. She agreed. All right, insurance. It's going to be $2,300. All right, Kat. So you said that this property needed a little bit of work. I'm probably going to have to pay for some maintenance with my tenant, right? Would you agree that about $100 a month is probably accurate? $1,200 a year I'll probably have to spend on fixing this or fixing that?
More or less.
You agree? Good. All right. So maintenance can be about $1,200. Kat, is there an HOA with this property? All right, what's your monthly HOA fee?
150.
150. Cool. All right, so that's going to put us about $1,800 a year. HOA 1,800. All right, so let's do a little math, Kat. So after all that, I'm going to have 25,000 minus 1,800 minus 4,500 minus 2,300 minus 1,200 minus 1,800. I need, I'm going to need to make some money, so I got to have a little bit of cash flow. Maybe like $200 a month. So I want to have my cash flow. So minus 2,400. That's what we're getting at. All right, Kat. So that leaves me with $11,000 left over after all these expenses to pay my mortgage. So just to do this, I really need my mortgage payment to be about $900 a month. Does that work with you? We do a seller finance deal. I agree to pay you $900 a month. I'm only going to be making, $2,400 a year on this. But if it's any higher, I'm going to lose money. My rents are only 25, management, taxes, insurance, maintenance, HOA, and then my cash flow. I've got to only pay $11,000 a year. Doesn't work. Why not? How much more do you need?
The new house I want to buy costs a little bit more, and that won't help me get there.
What do you mean? She said the new house she wants to buy costs a little bit more. How does it? You mean cost more in the price? What do you mean? Okay, what price do you want? What price do you want to sell at? You're at 330.
No, that's fine. The house I want is in the fives.
Okay, I just don't understand what this has to do with this.
So I'm only getting $900 a month. It's not going to help me pay for the new one.
What do you need to pay for the new one? You're saying you need a bigger down payment?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you need down?
Months.
How much? I mean, I was going to give you about $7,000 down. How much do you need for your down payment to go buy your new house?
25.
You need 25,000. All right, look. So if I can give you $25,000 down, I'll pretty much triple what I was going to give you. Can we get my mortgage payment down to $600 a month? Because I'm going to give you more now, but then I need to keep more of my payments. Can we do that?
Let me think about it.
No, we need to make decisions right now, Kat. You can't push it. You can't push it further. We need to make a decision. All right. So, anyways, Kat's not playing along anymore. But then we start to adjust these things. Okay, we got you your price, Kat. We got you your $330,000. I was going to give you $7,500 as a down payment. You said you want 25. All right, look. Hey, here's what I'll do for you. I'll give you $25,000 down, but now I need this monthly payment to go down. Can we do $600 a month? And now we're figuring out what's really important. She doesn't really care about this payment. She doesn't necessarily care about this price. She cares about the $25,000 as the down payment because she's going to buy a new house and she needs $25,000 to do it. So look, here's the deal, Kat. You've got $200,000 loan on this property, right? So I can buy this from you for $225,000. We'll pay off your loan. You get $25,000 at closing. You take that $25,000 and you go buy a new property with it. I know you want to sell for $330,000. You don't want to sell for $225,000. So look, I can give you your $330,000. I'll give you your $25,000 down payment, but I need my monthly mortgage payments to be at $600 a month, just in order for me to make money on this too. Look, you want to make money, I need to make money. In order for this deal to happen, we both need to be happy and we both need to make money on this. And now we can just structure this in any way that we want to. We figure out what's important, 25, the price, the payment, and then we can take this in any direction that we want to get a deal done, so long as it makes sense. All All right, let's run through some questions. Hopefully that made sense to everybody. All right, Aaron says, do you need a higher down payment? I think we addressed that one. Do you want to lean towards nicer properties for seller finance, or can this be an option? Yeah, this can be for any property. It can be for land, commercial, single family home that's in a nice area. It can be $1 million home, can be a tear down. You can structure seller finance deals for anything. Essentially, you can create the seller finance deal that both parties agree fairly quickly. Absolutely, it's so easy to do. You're both just figuring out what's important, and I always run them through these numbers. That way, they know why I'm getting to the payment I'm getting at. Because if they don't understand this, they're going to think that I'm trying to rip them off. But if we don't do it this way, I'm going to lose money, and I can't buy the deal from you. But I can figure out what's important, whether it's price, down payment, monthly payment, and then I'll just structure my deal around that. If they said they wanted $3,000 a month as a monthly payment, maybe I offer $225, I get zero down, and it goes all towards principal, 0% interest. I can, whatever's important to them, I can adjust what's important to me and make it a good deal. How would you secure a seller finance deal with on the fence seller? Well, you need to be good at figuring out what their motivation is. This right here, at the end of the conversation, we finally found out what was important to Kat, and it was $25,000. She needs 25 grand to go buy a new house. So you have to be good at identifying motivation. You have to be good at figuring out what their problem is and how you can solve it. And you have to be good at presenting a solution that solves their problem. And once you fully understand what their problem is and you present a solution that solves their problem, then you're good. And you sign the documents and you move forward. But it's not going to work if someone's not motivated. It's not going to work if you're not solving a problem for them. It's not going to work if you're not getting them what they need to move on and go work. And it's also not going to work if you're losing money. So you need to figure out how to have those conversations to structure a deal that works for all parties involved. Hey, can you, we got any questions or comments or anything?
Just the original, I feel like you need to explain more what are the benefits for both parties on seller finance.
All right, what do y'all think the benefits are? I mean, this right here is a huge benefit. Don't you agree? This right here is an extreme benefit. You can structure the deal any way you want to. You can pick your own payment. You can pick your own down payment. You can pick your price. That's the benefit to you, the buyer. You're also not having to, you don't have to go get approved for a loan. You're not getting your credit pulled. You're not having to show all your tax returns. You're not doing everything you normally would to get a loan. It's based on you and the seller's agreement. And then the benefit to the seller is the fact that they get what they want. She wants $330,000. Kat will never sell this property for $330,000. It's not worth that. So she's able to sell this property at $330,000. That's a benefit to Kat. She's able to get that. She's able to get some monthly payments. She's able to dictate what she gets out of this too. And so that is the benefit to the seller. They otherwise might not be able to sell this property on their terms by going out to the open market, by getting somebody to come in cash. I told her, look, I'll buy this thing, $225,000 cash. I'll get you your 25. You're definitely not getting your price of 330. You're going to get 225. We're going to pay off your loan at 200. You keep 25. I'll get the property. And then, I go sell it at 300 and I make money that way. But she did not want to do that. She wanted to sell at 330 and she needs 25. So I'll give her her price and I'll give her her down payment, but I want my $600 monthly mortgage payments. That way I can make money too. Shit, I might even wrap this thing, go sell it to Aaron at $1,500 monthly payments. And I'll make $900 a month plus, because I'm no longer paying. Well, Aaron's going to pay all these things. But I'll make my $900 a month just on the payments, not deal with property taxes, insurance. I'm not going to deal with any of the nonsense that the person who owns this house is going to have to. Any maintenance calls, I ain't dealing with it. It's the owner's problem. he or she's gonna handle all the maintenance. Roof collapses, man, that sucks. One of the risks of owning real estate. Owner's going to take care of it, and me, I just collect the delta between my payment with the seller and then the buyer's payment with me. And I just keep the difference every month. Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. But I don't get to collect the appreciation. If Aaron refinances, I'm going to get my money back, whatever my payoff is with Aaron. But that's just how it works. So that's the benefit, is you get to structure the deal however you want to.
For someone that's just, it's their first seller finance deal that they're trying to work, what's the best way to tackle it if you're not aware of these different things?
Best way to tackle it is to become aware. So if you're not aware of these things, you need to become aware. If you don't know these things, you need to learn these things. Go take one of our courses. Come to our webinar we're putting on at the end of the month. But you need this information. You need to practice. You need to have the skills. You need to have the knowledge. And ultimately, you need to take action so that you get better and better and better to do it. But we've got courses out there right now. We got 3. We just launched one today, how to buy cash flow and rental properties. And these courses teach you exactly how to do these things. So if you don't have the knowledge, you need to get the knowledge. If you don't know how to implement the knowledge, you need to learn how to implement the knowledge. If you don't have the confidence to be able to get it done, then you need to come be a part of a community who's going to instill this confidence in you. That way you can get out there and you can start taking some action. But I just laid it out. I mean, here's the exact answer of how to do it. And so just practice. I just made up that whole scenario. Me and Kat, we're making up this scenario about the seller finance deal. So do that 5 times, 10 times, 20 times until you feel confident enough to go have a conversation with somebody and start adjusting these things. What other questions we got? Dun, 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 dun.
So what hasn't worked the past 30 days?
What has not worked the past 30 days is everybody out here who's not approaching sellers like this. Everybody out here who's going with a single track game plan. Hey, my name's Alex and I am a listing agent. You're going to list your house with me. We're going to list it for this much. I'm going to market it like this. We're going to get it sold on the market. I'm going to host open houses. I'm going to do this. Me. Everybody who's approaching these sellers like this, number one, it hasn't worked in the last 30 days, but it hasn't worked ever. Maybe, but you're also missing out on a lot of opportunities. So that's what's not working, is the listing agent who's going and talking to this person and telling them that they have to list their property. Even though this person said, I don't want to list my property. I don't want to do it. The listing agent's telling them, list. All right, so that's not working. Here's the other thing that's not working. Everybody out here who's just wholesaling, man, I want to make some wholesale fees. I want to wholesale some deals. They're going to this lady and they're telling her, we'll buy your house for $200,000 cash, close in 14 days. Well, she just told you that she don't want that. It ain't happening. The price is the most important thing to her. So that ain't going to work. You're not going to go to this lady and you're not going to offer her $200,000 and get her to sign the contract and her walk away from this deal only selling for 200. She's got a loan balance on the property for 200. She's not going to make anything. She probably have to come to closing with cash. That ain't working. So the people who are going and talking to these sellers with only one option for them and saying, you have to do this, or I'm going to come in and buy your property for this, that ain't working. Your offer doesn't work for most people. Listing agents, hate to break it to you, but most people don't want to list their house on the market. Wholesalers, hate to break it to you, but most people ain't going to sell their house for 50% of what it's worth. So what does work is knowing how to navigate these conversations, how to truly identify motivation and offer them a solution based on what they want to do. If they want to list it on the market, great, let's list it. If you want cash in 14 days and you don't care what price you sell it at, but getting out of this property in 14 days is the most important thing to you, great, we'll pay you $200 cash for this property. We'll relieve you of this problem. We'll come in, we'll take it off your hands, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. You want to sell for the highest price possible, above market value. All right, cool. Well, You don't want to list it on the market. So how do you think you're going to do this? The other 10 wholesalers you already spoke to, what they offer you? 180, 190, 200. Okay, so you're not getting 330 grand. I'll pay you 330 grand, but we need to structure something like this in order for me to be able to get it done. And so that's what's working. And what doesn't work is everybody going there with one option, because your one option, it works less than 2% of the time. So you're missing out on 98% of the opportunity. What other?
Seller financing a better option for long-term rental?
Is seller financing a better option for long-term holds? Yeah, if you can. I mean, this is a long-term hold for me. So this situation here, where I came up with this monthly payment, is in the situation where I'm holding on to this property and renting it out, and I want my cash flow. So yeah, it's great. It's a good solution for any situation in which the other options don't meet what the seller needs. It's also way better if I went and got a loan on this property. My payment would probably be like $2,400 or something like that. So yeah, this is way better. I get so much more cash flow doing it like this. Do most homeowners know about seller financing, or is this a new thing to them no, you don't have to. I mean, you just do it like this. No, they probably never seller financed a home in their life. Some have, most have not. But when you explain it like this, like, look, I'll make payments to you. You're gonna have a note on the property. I'll give you a down payment. We just have to do it like this in order to get you what you want. I mean, that's all it takes to convince them. So Aaron's asked a couple of questions about convincing, seller on a fence. If you're doing your job of figuring out what their true motivation is, figuring out what their true problem is, and figuring out what they truly want, which is price and down payment here in this example, then you're not going to spend time convincing them. You're giving it to them. You're conceding to what they want, which is the 330 price and the 25K down payment. You're like, look, I'm going to give it to you, but I need it to be structured like this. And then there's no convincing. There's no on the fence. You're solving their problem. And the moment you figure out how to truly find the motivation and how to truly figure out what their problem is, and then how to present a solution that solves it, then you're going to get deals done left and right, because you're just solving people's problems all day long. And that's all they want. The only reason that you'd have to convince them, and the only reason that they'd be on the fence, is because you're not solving their problem fully. You might be partially solving it, but you're not fully solving it. So when you fully solve their problem, then the deal's done. And you just ink it up, turn it in title, and move on and buy a property. What other questions we got? So this is what's working. You need the knowledge, the education, the experience. And by the way, this works in any market, not just seller finance, but being the true entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur, the way that we define it, means being able to take advantage of any opportunity as it arises. Cash, flip, wholesale, raising capital, buying bigger deals, long-term hold, Airbnb, flipping the property, seller financing the property, taking over the mortgage, wrapping the mortgage, everything, every exit strategy. You need to be able to do this, and then it'll work in any market. It doesn't matter where you're at, who you're with, what market it is, what cycle we're in, what interest rates are, how much houses are decreasing in value. If you know how to do those things, take advantage of any exit strategy, and identify value and opportunity, then you will be able to make money no matter where you're at or what part of the cycle it's in, or what you're buying. You'll always make money in real estate if you can do those things. If you're not already, you need to get your ticket to the Entrepreneur Real Estate Workshop. They're selling out pretty fast. It's coming up April 29th. It's going to be an in-person event. We're going to go over things just like this. We're going to teach you how to find deals, how to take deals down, how to find partners, how to get the capital, how to get the loans, how to structure them, how to negotiate. You're also going to be able to network with 300 plus real estate entrepreneurs. Remember, entrepreneurs, the way that we define it, is people who know how to take down deals with any exit strategy. They always seize the value and the opportunity. You're going to be able to network, meet partners. You're going to be able to get your deals funded. You're going to be able to find people with capital. But you have to get out there. You have to meet people. You have to network. You have to start getting the experience and the knowledge to be able to do it. So don't miss the opportunity. There was someone on TikTok who said, what do I do if I don't know how to do it? You learn how to do it. You meet people who know how to do it. And coming to this event is a great opportunity to do that. So don't miss out on the Entrepreneur Real Estate Workshop. Grab your ticket. Look, TikTok, if you're watching from Alaska, you don't have to fly to Austin, Texas. Just grab the virtual ticket. Everybody here, we would love for you to come to Austin, Texas. If you live in a different state, wherever you're at, we would love to get you out here. You need to meet people, you need to network, and we would love to meet you. Our goal is to do deals with you. Our goal is to partner with you, and our goal is to continue to grow together. So don't miss the opportunity. Grab that ticket. We'll see you at the workshop, and also we'll see you next week.